The world is getting easier and easier. People are getting lazier and lazier. And that's why most people stay broke. But that gap is your opportunity as an online coach. A.N. Whitehead said civilization advances by extending the number of operations that we can perform without thinking of them. You no longer have to forage for berries and hunt your own meat, or even wash your own clothes. Like, you can literally press a button on this thing in your pocket and hot food arrives in your house. Absolutely incredible. You don't even have to build your own website or outreach your own leads anymore. AI targeting can do that for you. And at the same time, your clients need you more than ever to tell them what to eat, how to train, and all of this. Do you see the gap here? Sorry, but I can feel the rant coming on here. There has just never been a better time for you to step into the ring as an online coach. But the only thing in the way is you. Speaking of automatic operations, let me reduce my standing desk a little bit. Sorry, Alex, I've mucked up your frame now. But see, if you're aware of this, you have a huge competitive advantage. The world has changed beyond belief in the last 2 years, and most people haven't even noticed. Where I'm going with this and why this is important for you as an online coach is that people are as low agency as ever, maybe more, because as soon as something becomes automatic, we seem to kind of atrophy our brains to no longer put in the effort to do them. There are fully autonomous AI agents out there, and most people at most have just played around with ChatGPT, and that's about it. Can you imagine if somebody said 100 years ago to the average person that this infinite oracle of intelligence would be available at our fingertips, in our pockets, with the power of quantum computing and data processing and all this stuff, and most people haven't even got the curiosity or the willingness to engage with it. To me, that is the most mind-blowing thing that it's revealed about the human condition, and it's made me realize something. Because remember before we had the internet, and people thought that the cause of stupidity was due to a lack of access to information. Yeah, it wasn't that. Aldous Huxley says that people will come to adore the technologies that undo their capacities to think. What this means is that it's an open goal for anybody who is able to follow a process and solve problems. Because if your goal is to be an online coach, an online service provider, build an online business, your ability to solve problems is proportional to how much you get paid. I saw this comment online the other day, and I'm not proud of myself because I took the bait. I just couldn't resist. So this person said, "What are people even using these AI chatbots for, let alone paying monthly for them? I don't understand. There are certainly neat tricks, but nothing that I can see myself using or relying on. I see people using them all the time, but for what? Post some real examples, not just searching for something generating trash images." This cut me deep, because I consider myself a low, moderate user of AI, and it's personally saved me about 120k plus in labor costs alone. And I'm sure that there's, the sky's the limit with this stuff. And he's like, okay, but how? Details. I can walk through the details, but this is the point. You could actually start by asking GPT that. Hey, here is what I do for a living. Here are the daily problems that I run into. Here are the specifics of some of the problems. And here's an example of some of the ones that I've faced recently. Please list out 10 ways that I could use AI to solve these problems. You can ask the thing. I said this is like saying, what are people using Google for? It's just a bunch of neat tricks, but I can't see how having infinite access to the entire world's knowledge and processing power could possibly be useful for my day-to-day life. This graph shows how intelligence has been commoditized over the last couple of years. You can see how the price of LLM tokens has completely dropped recently. So that is the closest thing to the cost of intelligence. We now have PhD level specialist knowledge at our fingertips. This is the kind of stuff that the people on the forefront of knowledge work have been dreaming about for centuries. If somebody suddenly supersized your brain and you can't think of how you would possibly make use of that, that's a you problem. I'm going to wrap this up into a practical step before steam starts coming out of my ears, but you might have seen recently that we are hiring for a sales rep. So we put up the job posting. We got maybe 100 applicants through LinkedIn. 2 of them read the instruction on the top line saying, please submit a Loom video answering these questions. It wasn't the small print. It wasn't trying to catch people out. It's not the blue M&M trick. It's the first line on the page. We also had one applicant just forget the time of his interview and didn't turn up. Like, fine, if you don't want the job, you don't need to bother. But for a job that's literally about taking appointments, it's kind of a red flag if you don't have a calendar. So the great news for you, if you're watching this, is that whenever you worry about competition or that you might not be good enough for online coaching, whenever that imposter syndrome rears its head, remember that most people are on LinkedIn just mashing buttons and not reading things properly. So have a look at my video on finding your niche as an online coach, because not only can you be in the top 1% pretty easily using the hack that I describe in that video, but even if you don't, it's not even hard to be in the top 20% just by showing up, turning up for the appointment, doing things properly. It's honestly so empowering, because whenever you look at failure rates and success rates and stuff, you've got to consider that a lot of that is people who have to have the label on the pack of peanuts saying warning may contain peanuts. That's where the bar is. So if you combine that with Johnny's advice of pick a simple idea and take it seriously and apply yourself to anything for 5 years, you are so far into the stratosphere that it just makes competition irrelevant. And that's without you doing anything special, without you having any kind of raw talent. Most people don't get there because they're slapdash, they're low agency, they are always program hopping, opportunity hopping, and how you do anything is how you do everything. So skills pay the bills. That's one of our fundamental principles, kind of a law of the universe. But what often presents as a skill issue is really an identity issue. It's just being scattergun globally across your life. And that's why we've developed the 3 pillars of online coaching, and Grow, the identity and systems part, is the foundation, because that is the multiplier of your execution. And if you don't have that in place, it just slams the brakes on, and then no landing page, no marketing tactic, no coaching app is going to help you because you have the brakes on. So you've seen behind the curtain. You understand the level of learned helplessness, of baby bird syndrome, just based on the adoption of infinite intelligence through a chat interface, and people are just kind of like, oh yeah, that's cool, I'll get round to that someday. We used to try and help everyone that crossed our path. We are actually no longer interested in doing that. We now reject 60% of the applications to work with us. And it's not because I'm just an intolerant dickhead, I am an intolerant dickhead, but it's not because of that. It's that if you book in a call with us to grow your online coaching business, and you've made absolutely 0 steps towards that so far, then what do you think the probability of success is? We have an incredible track record to protect as well. So there's no point in us bringing someone in on our guarantee for them to just like sign up and not log in. Certainly having the right method, the right process, the right team behind you, the right community is all super valuable, but you've got to show up. And if you're watching this channel, there are literally step-by-step videos on how to grow your online coaching business from 0 up to 7 figures. So to break the 4th wall, this channel is a goldmine, and it's entirely designed to get you a result so that you're like, oh hey, this stuff actually works. I want to go faster. I want to work with these guys. So next steps, if you're not familiar with the 3 pillars of online coaching, they will change the way that you see this whole thing. So click on this video for the 3 pillars. And once you've got that in place, you can start working on your niche, which is this video.